Bruce Mueller, CEO and General Manager of Wheatland Electric Cooperative, Inc., and I'd like to welcome you to the 71st Wheatland Electric Annual Meeting. 71 years is a long time, and we want to thank you, the members, for allowing us to serve you. This year, to be more transparent with our members, we are simulcasting this year's annual meeting to Wheatland's 6 other area office locations: Scott City, Leota, Tribune, Harper, Syracuse, and Finney County, Garden City. I'd like to welcome those members in attendance. Today, we want to tell the Wheatland story for 2018. In this story, we'll be covering legislative initiatives, safety, new member programs, Wheatland's prepay power, new technology, drones in action, and member services. Last year, I reported we had a major victory in the legislative arena, the passing into law of Sub-Senate Bill 323. The bill passed both the Kansas Senate and House unanimously. As a reminder, this law pertained to protecting an electric co-op's assigned service territory from annexation by a municipality. I'm happy to say that since the new law went into effect, there has been no annexations on Wheatland's assigned service territory. Prior to this law, it was happening on a regular basis. As the new year has started, so has the 2019 legislative session, and as always, there are challenges for the electric co-ops at the Kansas State House. There currently is a very vocal coalition of some large industrial users that are making several claims and lobbying the legislator in Topeka, claiming major electric utility rates have risen over 70% the last several years. The cost for electricity in Kansas is much higher than surrounding states, and they want an immediate 10% cut in utility rates. I'd like to discuss each of those claims. These groups are lumping the electric cooperatives in Kansas with the major electric utility providers in Kansas, which are investor-owned utilities, Westar and KCPL, whose rates have risen, and because they represent approximately 67% of the Kansas electricity users, they are trying to claim all electric provider rates have risen by 70%. By including the cooperatives in these totals, they are painting a picture that is not correct. Let's look at Wheatland's rates for the past 9 years. And as you can see, Wheatland's rate has risen and fallen, but certainly not a 70% increase. And if you analyze the chart, the price of all-in electricity paid in 2019 is 6.7% cheaper than what you paid on average in 2011. The reason I say average is that in 2011, Wheatland purchased power from both Sunflower and Mid-Kansas and charged the power costs from Sunflower to the west and the Mid-Kansas cost to the east side of our service territory. In April of 2016, Wheatland combined the rates and now charges one system-wide rate. This was done to maximize the savings when one or the other of our power providers' rates were reduced. Compared to the price of most other consumer goods during that time period, electricity, now that's a bargain. When you compare the electricity cost of other states to Kansas, you must remember to consider that there are 3 components of your electric bill. Wires, which is 40% of your electric bill. That's the portion of your bill related to Wheatland Electric distributing electricity to you. Generation, which is 48% of your electric bill. That's the portion of your bill related to Sunflower and Mid-Kansas generating electricity. And last but not least, transmission, which is 12% of your electric bill. And that's the portion of the bill related to Sunflower and Mid-Kansas transporting electricity through the transmission system to Wheatland substations. The Southwest Power Pool, SPP, controls the electric grid and electricity markets in Kansas. Basically, they decide on which generation plants get to send their power into the market and at what price. Because Kansas has a state law that requires that all wind generation must be utilized by SPP for their operation of the electric grid, there has been an overbuilding of wind generation in Kansas. And because of all that wind, we currently have more than 3 times the amount of wind generation needed than we have members load to utilize that wind power. Some of you might be thinking, okay, where does the rest of that wind power go? Well, it goes into expensive transmission required to be constructed to transport that wind out of the state of Kansas. The cost to build transmission line currently approaches $1 million per mile. The cost for these transmission lines is paid currently 2/3 by the Kansas electric ratepayers and 1/3 by the out-of-state ratepayers. This is an unfair deal, as Kansas only utilizes 1/3 of the energy produced, but must pay 2/3 of the cost to transmit it out of state. Sunflower and Mid-Kansas are currently working with the SPP to reverse the charges to 1/3 of the Kansas energy users and 2/3 of the out-of-state energy users. If they are successful in making the allocation change, It will save the electricity rate payers of Kansas tens of millions of dollars and will lower our overall statewide average cost for electricity, which will then fall in line with the surrounding states' electricity averages. An arbitrary and immediate 10% rate cut makes a good headline, but not good policy. Cooperative rates are set to recover the cost of operations plus the cost of capital. So slashing rates for one member class need to be matched with rate increases for another member rate class. Once again, not good rate making or good practice. Wheatland Electric, along with the other 29 electric cooperatives in Kansas, are working with our statewide organization, Kansas Electric Cooperatives, about asking the legislature to support a task force that will bring all parties to the table to discuss our current energy policy and work toward a balanced energy policy for the future. It deserves a deliberate, respectful, and stakeholder-driven process that will take some time. It will be a worthwhile investment as we all have the same goal, for Kansas to continue to be a great place to work, raise a family, and call our home.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Quentin Wheeler, and I'm the Manager of Safety and Compliance for Wheatland Electric Cooperative. Wheatland Electric's effort and its commitment to creating a culture of safety is continually displayed through the lives of our employees and our members. Public education on the dangers of electricity is a priority that Wheatland continues to establish in the communities it serves. Hotline demonstrations are a wonderful way to convey the dangers of electricity. Last November, one of Wheatland's safety demonstrations got some real-life application. A young man in one of our districts was trying to finish what had been a long, drawn-out milo harvest due to inclement weather. With the combine getting close to a full load, he extended the auger before he made the turn at the end of the field to make his way back toward the semi. Unfortunately, the auger struck one of Wheatland's three-phase power poles, breaking it in half. The impact tore the field phase in two, and one end of the energized wire struck the header, causing an arc, which then started a fire in the field below the combine. Fortunately, this young man remembered the hotline demonstration that Wheatland Electric conducted at his school the previous year. He explained to us that he initially started to panic when he saw the line had fallen on the combine, but remembered what Wheatland had shown them during the electrical safety demonstration. He calmed down, stayed in the cab of the combine, while his father made the call to the Wheatland Electric office to get some help with the situation. Being in the cab of the combine is the safest place to be in this situation, but unfortunately, the fire was going to force him to get clear of the machine. The young man remembered that if you must exit a vehicle that is touching an electric line, contact between the vehicle and the ground must not be made. He jumped from the bottom of the stepladder with his arms tucked in so he wouldn't touch the combine and the ground at the same time, landing with his feet together and hopping with his feet together until he was at least 40 feet clear of the combine. He waited until Wheatland employees showed up to de-energize the line and give him the all clear to get back in the combine. The Wheatland employee who was there first on the scene said that two of the three single-phase breakers were open, but the center phase was still energized and was less than a foot from being in contact with the auger on the combine. If you're ever in a vehicle that contacts a power line, always assume that it is energized. Get the vehicle away from the power line if possible. If you're unable to get the vehicle away from the power line, stay inside. This is the safest place to be unless a secondary emergency, such as a fire, takes place. Call 911, let them know your situation. Keep others away. If you must exit the vehicle, remember, don't touch the vehicle on the ground at the same time. Hop from the vehicle with your feet together and continue hopping until you're at least 40 feet away. Along with Wheatland Electric's continued commitment to public education on electrical safety, Bruce Mueller, Wheatland's general manager, signed a Commitment to Zero Contacts initiative in April of 2018. With this initiative came the SAFE app for electronic job briefings. SAFE stands for Stop and Focus Every Day. The NRECA and Federated's purpose with this app is to direct line personnel's attention to the life-saving rules used to help build and reinforce safe habits. As part of the Commitment to Zero Contacts initiative, Wheatland also handed out coins to the linemen to remind them why they work safe. The back of each coin has "Committed for the ones I love most" printed on it. Little did we know the impact this coin would have on more than just a lineman who worked for Wheatland. Kaylee Strickert is much like any 4-year-old. Some days, preschool drop-offs are more difficult than others. Kaylee was worried about being safe at school. Kyle, her dad and lineman at Wheatland for the past 11 years, reassured her that her teachers at school were there to keep her safe. Kyle also reminded her that God was in her heart and he would keep her safe as well. After multiple days of being reassured that she was safe at school, Kaylee needed something more. She wanted to go with her dad and also wanted to know what keeps him safe at work. Kyle told her that God keeps him safe at work and keeps his coworkers safe too, and that linemen look out for one another. While Kaylee clung tightly to him, Kyle reached into his pocket and pulled out his coin. Kyle handed the coin to Kaylee and told her that this is what keeps him safe at work every day. Kyle told Kaylee, "I look at this coin and I think of you. I think of your little brother and I think of your mom. It reminds me not to take any shortcuts." Kaylee began carrying the coin with her every day as a reminder that she's safe. Kyle was on call in early January and got called out to work around 4 a.m. one morning. Kaylee woke up as Kyle was walking out the door and wanted her coin. She now keeps the coin in a pouch in her backpack. Kaylee got her coin and fell fast asleep. Kyle now carries a new coin with him in his pocket every day. Linemen are often asked by Wheatland's general manager, Bruce Mueller, if they have their coin. If they do, which most of them do, they receive a special gift. Wheatland places a strong emphasis on safety, and stories like this one are the reason we do. Kyle said, "When you put your hand in your pocket and you feel your coin, it makes you stop and think. It reminds me to slow down. It makes me think of my family and the importance of walking through the door each night." In closing, I'd like to say that a culture of safety isn't just about telling people what you want them to do. It's about working together toward a common goal of creating the safest possible workplace and minimizing risk in an industry that is inherently hazardous. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Pam Brungart, Director of Consumer Services. I would like to take a few minutes and inform you about a new and exciting program we implemented on December 1st, 2018, called Wheatland Prepay Power Program. Prepay Power will empower our members to make their own choices about their electric service. Members on this program have the tools they need to manage their daily energy usage and payments. Using our Smart Hub app or web portal allows easy access to daily electric usage data as to help make smarter decisions about power consumption. Electronic notifications allow our members to pay when they want and how much they want to pay, whether on the go, at home, work, from their mobile device, or while visiting any Wheatland office. Wheatland Electric knows there is not one payment option that works for every member, so we continue to explore additional payment options that fit our members' needs, lifestyles, and schedules. Prepay Power empowers you, our members, to take control of your electric usage and energy savings. Julie Stoss, Consumer Services Supervisor, will talk to you about how to get started on Prepay Power, followed by a video of current Wheatland members already empowering their usage and payments along with their firsthand experience of using the Wheatland Prepay Power program.
Hello, I'm Julie Stoss, and I'm a Consumer Services Supervisor for Wheatland Electric. We are really excited about a new voluntary program for our residential members called Wheatland Prepay Power.
I can come in and pay $5 a day if I need to, or whenever I get a good delivery day or whatever, I can come in and pay $20 or $30 and not have to worry about it.
I like being able to keep track of it on my phone with the app. It's really convenient.
We have 14 CSRs throughout our 7 local district offices that would be happy to explain and answer any questions you may have about the program and how to enroll. Every prepay member must come into their local office or authorized pay agent and sign the prepay agreement. For new members to Wheatland, the minimum payment to start service and prepay is $100. Additional requirements will apply to existing Wheatland members.
Is it making you more conscious of how much energy you're using at home?
Definitely.
Good. And you'd recommend Prepay Power to other members?
I would, and I have actually.
Please contact one of your local Wheatland Electric offices today to learn more about this new Wheatland Prepay Power program and how you can enroll today.
If you would like some additional information on how to get started with Prepay Power, please stop by our prepay information table, and Amanda Martinez and Julie Stoss, Consumer Services supervisors would be happy to answer your questions. Thank you for attending today and have a great afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Rick Klaus and I'm Director of Operations at Wheatland Electric. Wheatland is committed in providing our members with reliable service at a competitive price. As part of that commitment, we use technology that allows us to work more safely and cost effectively. One of the ways we do that is with drones. Drones have the capability of providing photographs and video of power line and communication tower inspection and storm damage assessments. The information gathered using drones can be used to better understand the extent of the damage, help in planning on repairs, and even used to file insurance or FEMA claims, allowing Wheatland to restore damaged infrastructure in a timely manner for our members. Last year, at our annual meeting, we discussed ways in which we were planning to utilize drones. We are happy to report that those plans have become a reality. During one of our recent snowstorms, accessibility to an area of line that had substantial damage was limited. During the routine patrol of the line, the serviceman's truck became stuck and was unable to continue. We were able to use the drone to finish the inspection. Once a line has been inspected with the drone, the footage collected is brought back to the office where it is processed and imported into our mapping system. Then we can determine which poles were damaged and the materials needed to make repairs. At this point, the staking technician would create a work order called a staking sheet, which includes a list of materials needed to complete the job. The list of materials goes to the warehouseman, who gathers the necessary items for the lineman who will be completing the work. Kansas has its fair share of storms, and these storms can cause damage to our system that will be difficult to assess from the ground. Before drones, the standard procedure would have been to send a lineman up in a bucket truck to inspect for damage. By using drones, the lineman and the bucket truck can now be used other, more productive ways. Additionally, once work has been completed, drones can be used to verify the quality of repairs. The lion's share of the drone's time is spent helping us improve our aerial imagery. In the past, we've had to rely on satellite photography, but as most of our territory is sparsely populated, these images are not kept current. By using the drone, we can keep clear, current, and accurate images of Wheatland's territory. To date, we have flown over 63 square miles. Drones, though highly useful, also come with their own set of rules and safety issues. Wheatland's has 3 drones in its inventory and 2 commercially licensed UAS pilots to fly them. We work closely with KSU's Polytechnics for training and the FAA to ensure that our policies and procedures are in line with Part 107 rules, which regulates commercial drone usage. A flight crew is necessary when flying over populated areas to ensure no one is in harm's way in the event something causes the drone to fall from the sky, such as a sudden shift in winds or an attack by a bird of prey. As with any other aspect of line work, safety is paramount. If you haven't already, I encourage you to stop by our display here today and take a closer look at how we utilize this new emerging technology.
Hi, I'm Allie Conine, the Manager of Member Services and Corporate Communications at Wheatland Electric Cooperative. Today, I'll be giving you an update on our annual Cream the Van food drive and Capital Credits Harvest Days. Let's start with Cream the Van. We did it. Another record-setting year for Cream the Van yielded more than 11 tons, 22,382 pounds of food for local food banks. After falling just short of 10 tons of donations last year, 19,332 pounds, we were determined to break the 20,000 pounds mark. Not only did we achieve our goal, but we exceeded it by more than 1 ton of donations and set a record for Cream the Van. We expanded the school competitions again this year and had an incredible response. We look forward to building off the success of these competitions and hope to add more schools in 2019. Thanks for helping Wheatland Cream the Van. Now, let's talk about capital credits. Capital credits are a big part of Wheatland Electric's business model and are just one of the things that make the cooperative different than many other utilities. In December, Wheatland retired $1.25 million in capital credits to our members. To celebrate, we hosted Capital Credits Harvest Days in all of our 7 district offices. During harvest days, members could come in and pick up their capital credits checks, share some refreshments, update their account information, and visit with cooperative staff. More than 450 members attended system-wide.
Now for some more good news. The Wheatland Board of Trustees has approved another capital credit payout in 2019 of $1 million. This amount has been budgeted, and I say budgeted, just in case we have some type of unplanned natural disaster or other financial crisis. We're planning on retiring that amount with another round of capital credit harvest days sometime in December of this year. I want to end with the fact that we could not provide you excellent consumer and member services without a great team. As you look around the room, you will see the folks wearing blue shirts or sweaters. They're Wheatland employees. They're the ones that assist us with fulfilling our vision, continuing to improve the quality of life of our members by providing services that are safe, reliable, and competitively priced, and our mission of delivering energy for life. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. They're an amazing group and a pleasure to lead. I'd also like to thank you, the membership, for allowing us to serve you. We hope to see you next year, and until next time, take care.